Hey everyone, this is part 2 of pushing snow from Storm Izzy, and this is after the blue tractor, or the 6030 New Holland. Was putting chains on it, realized the snow blade the cutting edge was wore out, and part of the blade was wore out because I didn't realize the cutting edge was wore so as bad as it was. But anyway, this is after that. I get in the John Deere tractor and use that blade a while and the snowblower some until it breaks down, and then we're in the Massey first and in the end. So that's what you got to look forward to here. If y'all would please like or dislike this video, and please consider subscribing to my channel. I know I don't ask that very often, but I would appreciate it if you would at least rate the video, because that helps expand its reach. But hope you enjoy it. See y'all later. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't know if you can see me or not. It's me and Dawson. Maybe I turn this light on here. Does that help? Hey, you can see little Dawson. That's my youngest. Hey, say hey.
How many more?
Oh, how many more? I don't know. Anyway, we have a problem with the other blade. I was going to put a cutting edge on it, but we didn't have the right stuff to put a cutting edge on it. Also, I didn't realize it was wore as bad as it was, and I wore the mold board, which is not actually the mold board, it's the trip edge. I wore the trip edge down to basically to the bolt holes on the back. I mean, on the front it looked like you still had this much more to go till you got to the bolts, but on the back, the way it's angled, it didn't have, I wore half the nuts off the bolts that hold the cutting edge on, so that's not good. And damaged something else on the blade, part of the trip that where the springs hook on, attaches to the trip edge. It wore the pivot out pretty bad, so I don't know, we may have to do some major repairs to that blade before we can put it back in service, but I didn't have the right cutting edge for it anyway. I thought we had a V-dot cutting edge already on it, but we didn't. We had the HLA carbide cutting edge on it, which the HLA carbide cutting edges just do not hold up from what I am seeing. I've done put 2 on it, and they just don't hold up no time. So we got to get some of these cutting edges the same as like V-dot's using. It's a full length carbide, and it's a whole lot better. So I'm switching over to the John Deere tractor, even though what tractor is that? Anyway, switch to the John Deere tractor. Even though I don't really need the snow blower, I gotta have a tractor with a blade on it. So anyway, we're gonna ride this one a while and see who this tractor is up here. I don't recognize it. with this tractor, so I'm not real comfortable with it yet. I mean, I'm comfortable with the tractor, but I'm not comfortable with the blade and all that setup, you know. This went from a 16-foot blade to a 10-foot blade, so all that's what it is, I guess. It is what it is. Starting to get a little heat in here, ain't we, Dawson? Cold in here, ain't it? Got some drifting going on. I don't know how this tractor's going to react to how slick it is or anything, but so far it actually seems like it's holding to the road better than the other tractor. But I guess time will tell. Pretty good drift right here. Let's see if it can stick in the road. It's actually hanging in here pretty straight. Oh yeah, it's done good. Of course, this blade's not nearly as wide to push through a drift. Can't see it, but she's slinging the snow. This is actually the same size blade that's on the other tractor as far as it's an HLA 4000, but the other one has 3-foot wings on each side. So it makes it a 16-foot blade once you use the wings. And this one is just 10 foot, don't have the wings on it. Right, Dawson? Me and Dawson's gonna try out the snow blower. I hadn't turned it on this year. I got the back window open. Man, that's some wet, heavy stuff. Like I was straining it a little bit there. I heard it start popping a little bit. These poor old snow blowers ain't hitting on a whole lot. Yeah, buddy. What? This is a Meteor snowblower, but it's an older one. Maybe not built quite the best, but don't know if the newer ones are any better or not, but it gets the job done some till you break some, till you break a shear pin. Snow this way. Yes, son. Oh, the lights. You like the lights, don't you? Yeah. Hey, buddy. Talk about. Well, it's getting to be about 9:30 and I'm still out here going, and I don't know how much longer I'm gonna push. They want me to come back out real early in the morning, probably like 3 or 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna go in and rest here in a minute. But one thing I've learned about this tractor over the other tractor is it definitely goes better in this stuff. I was getting ready to put chains on the other tractor, then I realized the cutting edge is worn out, and then I didn't have nothing to replace it with. I thought I did, but I didn't. And now I'm running this tractor in the same conditions and the same snow, and it goes, I would say, 50% better. I mean, it's a big difference. I mean, this tractor, I don't know if something changed about the snow or if it just goes that much better than the other tractor. I mean, it has the weight of this loader on it here on the front. I guess maybe that helps. It's got a little smaller blade, I guess. It don't have the wings on it, but even with the blade up, you know, it just goes better. It's not sliding all over the place like the other tractor. So, don't know what the difference is there. The tires are, you know, they're ag tires on both tractors, and this tractor does have better tread, but I wouldn't think, I guess the tread would make a difference. So, they're different. Now, they're the same brand tire. They're both Firestone tires, so just one has a little more tread than the other. This stuff is kind of heavy, so I got the blade fairly straight. You can't really see the blade all that well on this tractor because you have the loader on there. With the other tractor, there's no loader in the way. But it's out there, I promise. It's working. It's doing its job. It's doing a pretty good job. You can't really see back there, but it's cleaning it up good. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this setup. Never run it much, but I'm pleased with it. wish the blade was a little wider after you get used to a 16-foot blade. Go back to a 10. Well, it's a 10-foot blade on the other tractor with the 3-foot wings on each side, so you can spread it out to 16 foot. But probably I'm not normally running at 16 foot wide. Probably about 14 or so, because I keep the wings folded a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to shut this off for tonight. We'll get back on this tomorrow and probably do some more blowing some drifts and stuff, trying to clean up the edges of the road in some places that it's blowing in. But yeah, everything is going good. Glad to go do some work to the other blade now, where I wore the mold board out some, or I wore the trip edge on it some. I don't know if we're gonna have to replace it or if we can just do some welding on it and repair it some. But I did get carried away with it. I didn't realize it was worn as bad as it was, the cutting edge. So, oh well, it's just one of them things that happen and before you even realize it, I guess. But all right, I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, so I went home at 10 o'clock last night. Was going to sleep till about 3:30 and then get back out at 4. But I couldn't sleep. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I mean, I fell asleep twice, and then my phone rang twice, and then after the second time it rang, I never could go back to sleep. So here I am. It's 1:24 and I'm back out here again. We're gonna go check some roads and see if we can find some drifts to bust. And it started snowing again. I thought it was over, but it's snowing again. So here we go. Anyway, we'll catch up with y'all when we got something interesting going on. Houston, we have a problem. So I was blowing some snow, and the chain that drives these augers broke. So I'm going to try to fish this chain out of here and see if I got the stuff to fix it. If I don't have the stuff to fix it, I'm going to get the Massey Ferguson out and see if I can continue to blow snow with it, with the single auger snow blower. And yeah, so that's the plan. So let me see what I can do here. Okay, I got it out, and it did not break at the master link. This is not a master link. I'm not sure why it broke. It's got a shear pin on them augers. It should have sheared the pin instead of breaking the chain, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But anyway, I got to see if I can find the stuff to fix it and put it back together and get back to work. Well, now I'm in the Massey Ferguson because I do not have the correct links to fix the chain on the snowblower on the John Deere. So we're going to take this one out there and see if we can get down Cartwright Lane, which is a dirt road that's drifted extremely bad. The link that I need is a 60, which I have 60s, but what I need is a 60 HD. And what I have is just a regular 60. It's not heavy and big enough. It's really close, but it's just not there. So anyway, got this single auger blower on the back here. I don't know, it's a deep drift. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll give it a shot. So it'll take me a little while to get there. All right, talk to y'all later. Okay, so I'm back. Got the single auger blower, and I got a big, huge drift to try to get through here. So if I stay over to your right, it's not as deep. And once I get through where the grader, shut up, people. Once I get through where the grader piled up all this snow, it might be a little easier. Figure out which way the wind's blowing. That's the way I want to blow the. Looks like it's blowing that way. That's the way I want the snow to go. here we go. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna try. There's one person lives out here. Or there's one house out here, I guess I should say. But it's a state road, so I gotta get it open. I'm sure the people that live out here would like to get out someday too. Because I believe this would be here till spring if you didn't blow it out. Or take a loader and get it out. This is going to take a little while. I'm going to have to do it in layers, I think. Let her eat, let her eat. There'll be a lot of clutch riding, I can tell that already. I don't have creeper gear. Let's see here. I'll tilt this thing a little bit so it ain't digging in the gravel so bad. I can hear it slinging gravel. Got a hydraulic top link on it. Clutch is a little snappy on this tractor, so I think they are on all these 4710s, 4700s here. You can calibrate them and they'll stay good for a little while, and then they're back to their old snappy habits. I had a lower gear. I hate riding the clutch all the time. We're going places though. Go, stop. Go, stop. Go. Once I get a path, I can make some smaller bites maybe, and then I can speed up a little bit. But this first pass is a full mouthful. Running out of power. Come on, tractor. Shear a pin. Hopefully this tractor ain't got enough power to shear a pin. The John Deere does. Makes a big enough hole for the tractor. That's a plus. Get her done. We're heading for a bunch of trees. Hold on a minute, we're running out of room. About a half a mile back in here. Y'all check on me later. Okay, here's the driveway to the only people that live here. Let me show you how far it is back out here where I started at. Hello? Well, I got a path punched all the way through it. Gonna widen it out some. Starts about the not just past the trailers. Yep. Well, last time I was down it a couple hours ago, it was all right. Yeah. Yeah, the chain broke on the one on the John Deere. So I'm in the Ferguson blowing with it. I don't know, it's got a shear pin on it. But the chain broke. The drive's got a shear pin. The auger drive has a shear pin. So I don't know why the chain broke. I don't know if it's wore out or was weak or stretched or what. But this is where I started at, so it's about a half a mile. It's pretty good ways. Pretty good ways to blow going backwards. Anyway, I'm gonna try to widen it out now and see how that goes. So I'm trimming off well, right now I'm trimming off about half a blower width. Moving at full speed in first gear. Full speed in first gear. Okay? It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but you know what I'm saying. I'm almost, let me turn that radio down. I'm almost back to the driveway again. I don't have a whole lot further to do. I think I can speed up a little bit. You can push this one pretty hard. The chain don't slip on it. On the double auger one, the chain will start jumping and popping if you overfeed it. And yeah, it just something about the auger system on it. Well, I know what it is. They don't have enough chain contact on the sprockets that run the augers, because they got the chain running around one auger and then it just goes straight down to another auger. It needs an idler in between them to kind of make the chain run around the sprockets. You know, it needs the, how can I say this? It needs an idler in between the sprockets that run the augers, and it needs to be set in the machine so it pulls the chain around both sprockets better, so that it has more teeth contact on the chain, because it's bad to jump. Alright, I'm going to go all the way back again. Go again. I'm going to keep on blowing a while longer. I'm getting along really good with this single auger. I actually like it. I think I like it better than the other one because it seems like it doesn't give us much trouble anyway. But anyway, I'm going to go home after this, I think. Rest a little while, and then I got to get back out, get some driveways, parking lots, stuff like that. But I'm going to rest a couple hours, and then we'll hit it again. But I guess we'll see y'all later. Alright, I thought I'd show y'all what I got here now. We got it about 2 blade widths wide down through here. I don't see any reason to get a 1-lane dirt road spend any more time on it than getting it any wider than that. But there's places down through here, it's about 38, 40 inches deep drift. You see my wall there. Pretty good little drift. But I got it opened up so they can get out now. It'll probably blow back in over time, but I tell you what, it stays a lot better with a snow blower than it does with a loader. I don't know why, but if you push it out with a loader, especially if you push it the wrong way, it'll blow back in really quick. Most of the time after you blow it with a blower, it'll stay fairly decent. But all right guys, we'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.